Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. My friends, as the Acolyte bombs in public view and drives even more fans away from this colossal train wreck of a franchise, Disney executives still cling to the bizarre idea that Star Wars is still alive. They know better, or they should, given all the attacks on fans from shills in the mainstream media, explaining that Star Wars is failing because the fans are toxic bigots, sexists, homophobes, you name it. But what does that really mean? It means that Star Wars is failing. Regardless of the reason, Disney is acknowledging with these attacks that there is a vast canyon between Star Wars and former Star Wars fans, a Smothers Brothers-esque crevasse filled with vicious, snarling pumas. I mean, you don't attack your customers if everything is going swell, right? That's just basic logic. If you attack your customers because they're not buying your product, the reason they're not buying your product doesn't matter. The fact is, you're admitting the customers are not buying your product. Review bombing is a crock of shit, folks. You want to know how you can tell whether or not something is being review bombed? You trust your own eyes and ears. When something has a horribly low audience score like The Acolyte, and you watch it, and it stinks, newsflash, The Acolyte isn't being review bombed. It really, really stinks. Star Wars just reeks of failure at this point, and so yesterday, I am informed, Disney held a meeting about Star Wars, and the topic was how to save Star Wars. What do we do next? How do we fix this? What is our way out?
Step 1, build a time machine. Step 2, go back in time. Step 3, stop George Lucas from selling Star Wars to Disney. Step 4, take a great big shit in Bob Iger's office shower. Admittedly, Step 4 won't help save Star Wars, but it would be funny. Revenge is a dish best served smelly. From hell's heart, I poop on thy shower. For hate's sake, I pinch off my last loaf at thee.
I like this plan, Harvey Cthulhu, much better than I like the rumored plan I've been told regarding one of the proposed solutions that allegedly emerged from this Disney meeting yesterday. I mean, you're going to laugh when you hear what they're discussing, as it is so perfectly Disney. The next big Star Wars thing is so quintessentially exactly the kind of cliched crap you'd expect from the House of Mouse. There's nothing left to do but guffaw and chortle. So let's get to the particulars of what I was told. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by my Hollywood spies, but since I cannot personally confirm any of this, I'm presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So here is what I was told. Yesterday at about 11:30, I received the following message, quote, "As we understand it, there's a major meeting on Star Wars happening right this very minute. As soon as we have more details, we will inform you," unquote. Well, I kept checking my messages throughout the day, but no additional updates came until finally at 10 o'clock in the evening, I received an update about what they'd learned about this Star Wars meeting. Quote, "You may want to sit on the floor because you may pass out from laughing or crying. So, one of the big ideas to save Star Wars that came from this meeting was the Clone Wars live-action remake. Ta-da! To be clear, I know we've told you this was a rumor before this, but allegedly Dave was attending this meeting. Don't be surprised if this starts circulating on the web soon," unquote.
Are you shitting me, Doomcock?
Skull of Calderon, I chopped your head off and stuck it in a bubble of entropy. I have no need to shit you.
So what you're telling us is Disney's big plan to save Star Wars is to do exactly what they constantly do, cannibalize their own past IPs and remake them as shitty live-action copies? A live-action version of Filoni's Clone Wars? That's their great idea?
Yep, that's how they're gonna save Star Wars, my friends. The current plan is, hey, let's just remake the Clone Wars cartoons in live action. That'll sucker the fans we drove away back to the franchise. So, what exactly is the problem with this strategy? The problem with this strategy is Disney's live action remakes always suck. They always schmucking suck. They suck all the excitement and joy out of the cartoons. Then they do stupid shit like cast a black Ariel or cast 7 magical welfare recipients instead of dwarves, and they inevitably ruin the original source material. Dave Filoni was allegedly at this meeting, so of course he's drooling over the chance to remake the Clone Wars in live action. But as for me, I could not possibly care less. Holy crap! These people are completely clueless. They're gonna save Star Wars with reruns.
The fans they're trying to appeal to are the very fans who have watched those cartoons constantly and know them like the back of their own hands. No one is going to want to watch a degraded DEI version of something that holds no surprises for them. Unless, of course, they're going to break canon constantly, as is their way, so maybe that's their strategy. Ah, God, this is so Disney. They drowned their creativity in the bathtub a long time ago.
Glub glub, Harvey Cthulhu. Glub glub. One potentially bright spot did emerge from this rumored meeting, however. My spies told me, quote, also Andor will be a major event when it comes, as far as what will happen with Star Wars moving forward. Fact is, the showrunners could get the freedom to do what they want without KK's influence, unquote. Well, I had heard something along those lines before, folks. Andor is probably the best non-Mando Disney Star Wars yet in terms of simply not being idiotic. I don't think it's very good Star Wars, but it was a pretty good sci-fi warfare show, and there has been talk of putting that team in charge of Star Wars when the dawn comes up, and KK must finally fly back to her coffin. Only time will tell, but let me know in the comments if you're excited by the notion of a live-action Clone Wars remake. And please check to make sure you are still subscribed to this channel, folks. It's an election year, and YouTube is unsubscribing people from my channel yet again without their knowledge, and that really, really pisses me off. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, oh yes, stay angry.
Ha 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 ha.